My brothers and sisters, you are now watching The Gamer 2323, so just forget about the chores you're supposed to do. Put your feet up, get your Kool-Aid, fried chicken, popcorn, get whatever you may need. And I hope you enjoy the video.
This junk just keeps getting better and better. Bruh. This really might be the best season yet of The Walking Dead. Like, no lie. Like, all jokes aside. At first, I wasn't too sure about it because between season, I really enjoyed 2. 5 was not that bad neither. But season 6, man, this junk just does not slow down. Something always happens. I really think season 6 is the best season so far for The Walking Dead. I can honestly say that now with a straight face. Like, I can finally say that. My God, another crazy episode. Episode 12, titled No Tomorrow Yet. No Tomorrow Just Yet. And a lot of stuff went down. A lot of stuff went down in this episode. Let's get into this. And see, that's how you knew that this episode was going to be crazy. Because the opening for this episode, they were playing like some happy behind music. Carol's outside picking flowers. I'm like, what the freak is this, But so it was like a real like happy opening, with the music. I think Carol was outside like getting acorns to make some beet acorn cookie. I'm like, them jokes must be so dry. But, Carol was like making cookies and just handing them out to like everyone in Alexandria. I'm like, what the frick? So that's how you knew this episode was going to get crazy. Every time there's a real happy opening, something's bad about to happen. Rick, arrives back, with Jesus, Michonne, and them, from the hilltop, and he tells the people at Alexandria that get ready because they're about to have a meeting and talk about taking on the saviors, from the last episode. So they're getting all of the people together for the meeting, and to really decide if they're going to make this decision on taking on the saviors and taking on Negan. Before that goes down, Morgan is trying to talk back to Carol because I guess they haven't talked in a while since he, Ray Reister after she found out that he was trying to save the wolf guy. So Morgan is trying to talk to Carol. Carol really doesn't want to really talk to Morgan. Says there's really nothing to talk about. And Morgan is like asking her like, why did Carol decide not to tell the others that, hey, I was trying to help out this wolf guy, because I don't think Rick knows that yet. So yeah, but it was that Carol doesn't really want to talk to a Morgan, and they're like in the graveyard to where they had just buried like all of the people that died during the herd 2 months ago. So Carol really wants no parts of Morgan right now. She's just like, listen, you're just there. Again, man, with Morgan, I'm gonna actually get into that soon. Then we get to the meeting. This is the meetings inside the church to where Rick is really trying to talk to the people about hey, there's this group out there called the Saviors, and they have this guy Negan. We're about to go in there, kill him, like it's nothing. And he's saying that it's not his decision. This is going to be, the decision of the group. This is no longer a Rick Tatership no more. This is the group's decision, So Rick is talking to the people about the Saviors, saying, hey, like, we need to come for them before they come for us. It's just that simple. This group has been through this before. If you don't, go out, and, take out the threat before they get to you, something bad can happen. So if you've been watching, what Rick has been through, he's completely justified in the way he's thinking, because he's been through it like countless times. You have to come for this group before they come for you. It's just that simple. It's like, connecting the dots to Rick, So he's saying that it's best that they do go and go for the Saviors and Negan and just kill them. And he says, does anyone have something to say? And it seems like most of the group is, thinking where, Rick is thinking, that they need to go for the Saviors and Negan and kill them. Guess who stands up? Guess who stands up? Morgan. Again, man, a lot of people are starting to lose interest in Morgan, starting to actually hate his. It's so crazy because this guy was such, a loved character that people were asking, when are we going to see Morgan again? When are we going to see Morgan again? People really wanted this character back in this show. And now that he is, it's like, all right, you could get rid of him now. Just like people, they don't care about Morgan no more. And even my sister, she can't stand, because she's a big watcher of The Walking Dead as well. Even her, she can't really stand Morgan. She can't stand Morgan no more, just because of the way he is, his mindset. He just doesn't fit in well with this group at all, and definitely Morgan is one of those people that you either love at this moment. Well, you can't even love him at this moment. Morgan is one of those characters that you either like at this moment or you completely hate at this moment. Like, it's gotten to the point to where Father Gabriel is more reliable right now than Morgan. Seriously. Seriously. I still like Morgan. I still like his character. Again, that episode they had to where we seen the real journey of Morgan and what he went through to get from how he was in Clear to the way he is now, with the whole Eastman episode. You understand why Morgan is the way he is, but at the same time, he's a liability. Morgan, there's no other way to say it. He is a liability. Like, he has to either accept this new way of life, that, listen, if you're going to survive in today's world, you have to kill people. You just have to. But you know how Morgan is, all life is precious. All life is precious, Daryl. I just can't kill. He won't kill people, but he'll kill some walkers. And the thing is, Morgan, he has the skills. Like, this man is literally the Black Bruce Lee. Nobody, aside from maybe Michonne, can really, fight the way that Morgan can fight. Like, this dude is freaking doing martial arts in a zombie apocalypse. Who else can you find with the skills of Morgan? So don't get it. Morgan, he can be that dude. It's just Eastman really, got him to being the way he is now, so, but of course he stands up and he's completely against it, saying, why don't we just, what did he say? He was just like, it was pretty much, he was like, why don't we just have like a truce or something like that. He pretty much just wanted, them to work it out, our group and the saviors out there. He pretty much just wants it to be a kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya. And it's just, that can't happen in today's world. That's just not going to happen. But Morgan is, all life is precious, Rick. And, pretty much the group's decision is they are going to go for the saviors. Now, you can just see the feeling of discomfort, almost like, I don't belong here and I might leave, like, expression on Morgan's face. He's really not built for this. Like, he's really not. He's not comfortable with this at all. Like, I would not be surprised if he just gets up and leaves. And once the group makes the decision that they are going to go in for Negan and the saviors and kill them all, Rick says something to the extent that, you all don't have to kill, but you will accept it if you're here. That was my worst Rick impression. Wait, hold on. You all don't have to kill, but you will if you want to accept being. He said something like that. I can only really do Rick when it's like cool, but he pretty much said, listen, you all don't have to kill, but you will accept the things we do if you want to remain being here. And he was mean mugging Morgan. I'm just like, dang, like, just the way Rick is, it just seems like he doesn't even really know Morgan anymore. He's just like completely just looking at him like he's trash. Like, I can't believe you're this weak. So it's definitely I don't know, man. I just don't know the direction Morgan is going in right now. But it's crazy, man. But so yeah, they decide to go in on the Saviors and Negan. They are in way over their head. They are in way over their heads if they think this is just going to go down the way they think it's going to go down. So then Carol said, Daryl, you are taking too long. Forget you. Daryl was old news, bro. That Carol and Daryl romance that people have been wanting to see for like seasons now. I don't know if that's gonna happen. But so Carol was talking to Tobin out on the balcony, and I kind of felt this was kind of that this was just going to kind of happen just with the kind of relationship that they had with each other. And so Carol was talking to no, yeah, well, Tobin was talking to Carol about being scared of the things that she can do. I think Tobin knows what Carol is truly capable of. Like, she is still like, that wolf in sheep's clothing. Like, she tries to act like, she's this weak, defenseless, gilf. Did I just call Carol a gilf? Freak it. But she appears to be like, this weak, defenseless, woman. But I think Tobin knows that you don't want to mess with Carol, so he's talking to Carol about being scared of the things that she she can do. And he brings up the fact that you're a mom, and then Carol was like, I used to be a mom, and then he's like, no, you're still a mom, and there's like this moment to where you can feel them kind of like really connecting. Carol goes in on Tobin, lays the smooches down on this sucker. So now Carol and Tobin might be a thing. It seems like a lot of relationships are starting to, somehow form, now. So that was interesting. So I guess now it's Carol and Tobin. I know Carol but just been fiending to have like some type of sexual contact, because she hasn't had it in probably, in quite a while now, so that happens. Abraham. But this joke was so hilarious to me, bro. Abraham still suffers from jungle fever. Abraham is still suffering from jungle fever, and he pretty much tells Rosita, listen, me and you are over. We're done, okay? And Rosita, she really can't believe it. She kind of like starts to really get mad at him and starts to cry and starts to yell like, no, you're not going through this door until you tell me why you're doing this. And Abraham pretty much said, I mean, if you want to get straight to the bottom of what Abraham said, he pretty much said, listen, Rosita, you was just a piece of meat. That's pretty much what he said. I think he said, listen, when I first met you, I thought you were the only girl in the world, left. But you're not. That's what Abraham said to Rosita. And it's just like, God, like, I don't know what he must have some strong feelings for Sasha. This because Rosita's not a bad looking chick, but this man pretty much said you were just a piece of meat, and I want Sasha. I want Sasha. And then once he gets with Sasha, the man is wearing like a do-rag. And I'm like, this man has been with Sasha for like a couple of minutes. The second he bounces on Rosita and gets with Sasha, the man got a do-rag. And I'm like, man, that jungle fever must be so strong. So yeah, he pretty much dips on Rosita. And when he walks out, freaking Eugene is there in like some shirt. I forgot what the shirt said. And he's eating Carol's cookies. He's like, Eugene is there for those comic relief moments, but it was just like I feel bad for Rosie. Hey, listen, to the actor of Rosie, I think your name is Christian Cerritos. I'm single, and I won't treat you like Abraham. I will treat you like the princess that you are. But yeah, Abraham got jungle fever. That was just so messed up. Pretty much that Rosita was a piece of meat, and you're just, I can find you somewhere. So he's going down with Sasha wearing a do-rag and all. That was kind of cold but funny at the same time. So yeah, then here's where, they really start to draw a plan for, taking on the Saviors and taking on Negan. One of the guys that's been, at Negan's outpost, has a scene, the layout of this place. So he's really like giving them intel, of like the entrances, how it's built, how to get in, the hallways it has and stuff like that. He's like he's giving them the whole layout, and they're coming up with a plan and drawing out this plan of how they're going to go about killing the Saviors and killing Negan. I'm just like, again, man, y'all might be a little in over y'all. Y'all might be a little in over your heads, but they feel like that they can do this, So they're drawing out this plan and stuff like that. And the guy, again, I can't remember his name, but he says to I think it was Rick, that Negan wants Greg. He wants Gregory's head. It was the same guy who was the quote unquote leader of the Hilltop and kept on calling Maggie Natalie. is that guy? So Negan, apparently he wants his head, and so they come up with a plan to not. I thought at first I thought when Rick said they want his head, we'll give it to him. And I'm just like, really? I thought Rick was gonna like just completely slay Greg and just slay the man, So, but no. So they got. I guess they got a walker, and his head kind of did look like Greg's, but his nose was off. And then Rick is just such a Rick has become such a savage and just so cold almost to like emotions. The man just. He picked up, the walker's head that was supposed to represent, Greg, and he was just like, "You said the nose is messed up." Starts to punch the walker's nose just to like make it look like disfigured, and then he says, "Listen, your hand is broken, right?" And then the guy was just like, I've seen the Saviors, and they're definitely some scary pricks, but they got nothing on you, Rick. Rick is just, listen, man, Rick, man, his transformation has been so crazy, dude. So yeah, that happens. So they come up with this plan to really go. They truly plan on doing this tonight, and they plan on doing it at nighttime, So, Rosita, who's been scorned, she goes up to Carol and asks the group, why didn't she tell, the group about the thing that Morgan did, with the wolf guy, and stuff like that. And I kind of felt like Carol was trying to kind of defend more. I think Carol still has some hope for Morgan. I don't think Carol is not well, she's cold, but I don't think Carol's like, she was, it seemed like in that scene, she was kind of, defend Morgan in a way, and Rosita, who's just been scorned, she just doesn't want to hear no parts of it, so, but she pretty much like just didn't want to tell, the group about Morgan. I think Carol still, really, I think she respects Morgan, and how he is and how, he looks at life today, so that happens. Yeah, Rick punches the walker's head, in and stuff like that. That goes down. Father Gabriel, he has a gun now on his back, and he's saying, well, I think Rick asks him, "Are you okay with this?" And he's like, "I mean, I'm still the guy that I used to be, but I want to, you taught me how to shoot and stuff, so I do want to be of service." Gabriel is actually becoming, dare I say, useful now. He's actually becoming like useful, so that's the thing. And now it is time to execute the plan that these suckers have to take on Negan and his men, the saviors. So they decide it gets nighttime, and they decide to move in and do this junk quick. So they move in. The guy who I do not know his name, I can't remember his name, but he's the one that goes there. He's gonna drop off the fake head of supposedly Greg, and give it to the saviors. And once he gets there, there's two guards there, and they tell him to step out the car and stuff like that. And definitely these guys are pricks. Like these guys these guys seem like the type of dudes that will stab you in your back. So you definitely get the vibe just from these two guys that Negan's men are like no pushovers, so they are just like trying to size up, guy, and being like, and they're looking at the walker's head that's supposed to be Greg, and they're like, and he's like, I broke my hand when I was punching. Again, it's not Gregory really, but they're starting to really like look at it, but it does look like him, so they eventually believe him. And I think one of the guys said that as he does it to his face, and he's like, very good, and then he says something, and then his son, I wasn't even expecting this, Daryl came out of nowhere, freaking slice one of the guys necks. Michonne came out of nowhere, stabs the other guy like right in the stomach, and I'm just like, oh my, here we go. This is a stealth mission. Okay, I see what y'all trying to do. This is right now a stealth mission, So they go in, they kill two of the saviors, and they decide to go in. Once they go in, my lord, this junk turned to like Metal Gear Solid / freaking Call of Duty. It got crazy really fast, so Rick and company, they move inside Negan's outpost. They're looking for Negan. They looking for anyone that is with Negan to kill them and get rid of this group. So they move in, and to me, like, this was one of the most savage episodes, because Rick and their group, they're literally moving in on sleeping people and killing them. Like, they're literally moving on people that's in their bed sleeping and killing them. And you can, and that's what I loved about this scene, because you could see that well, especially Glenn, but you could see even Rick still has some humanity left. He might seem like at some points like this man Rick is completely gone, but you can still see it kind of bothers him to kill someone in their sleep, so he kind of struggles with it at first, but he starts killing people. The whole group is killing people in their sleep. Right now this junk is a stealth mission, so that's going on. I'm just like, my god, this junk is straight savagery right now. They're killing people in their sleep. Glenn and Heath are together, and I don't think this has been the first time Glenn has actually killed a living person. I know people have, brought up times to where he might have killed, some of the termites back, in last season. I don't think Glenn has ever killed a living person. I don't think so. I don't think he's ever killed someone, he had his chances, but I don't think he's ever killed, a living person. He's in a way, he's like Morgan in a way. I think they even said that on Talking Dead. Glenn apparently has never killed a living person, and I can't really remember. I mean, there might have been times where he like punched someone or maybe even shot someone, but I can't remember to where Glenn has killed another living person. And they were saying that in the Talking Dead, and stuff like that. I think even people, that work on the set of The Walking Dead were saying the same thing. Glenn has never killed someone, so Glenn really struggles with this, and you could see it. Like, he's just like, he starts to break down, because Glenn, he's just like, listen, I love my group, I love Maggie, but that's it. He in a way, Glenn is kind of strange. Glenn is essentially like a Asian Morgan. He really is. But for some reason, I guess because he's been with us since the first season and he's been through, I don't know. But apparently Glenn has not killed a living person, so he really struggles with this. Not only are you killing someone, that's, still living and breathing, you're killing people in their sleep, and you can see it really gets to Glenn. He starts to break down, but he starts to do it, and then Heath is supposed to kill the next guy. He starts to kind of fumble with his glasses. Glenn's just like, give me the knife. So Heath, he doesn't want to. Again, this was probably one of the most like savage ways that this group was killing people in their sleep. So and that's like some cold-blooded stuff, So Glenn is really starting to struggle with that. And then I hope this is not some foreshadowing going on, because they have foreshadowed, Glenn in some ways a lot in this, since this show has been going on. But Glenn sees like pictures on like the walls of like, I guess all of the people, that these guys, the saviors and Negan has killed. You see these gruesome killings, on the walls, and there's like different pictures, and just seeing that, like, yeah, you're killing people in their sleep. But when Glenn saw that, I kind of felt like, and it kind of like showed the viewers, like, these are the type of people that you're dealing with. Yes, you're killing people in their sleep, but looking at these pictures, this group, the Saviors, Negan, are savages themselves. So, hey, bro, you have to do what you have to do. You got a feeling of just how sick this group was, when Glenn saw the pictures on the wall. And again, might be some foreshadowing going on. I ain't saying nothing, bro. Y'all know where I think what's gonna happen in the season finale. So that happens. Suckers are being killed in their sleeps. Abraham Abraham was wearing the do-rag now because he's with Sasha. They're trying to sneak through and stuff, and I guess one of the saviors, he walks outside of his room, and he sees Sasha and Abraham, and then he goes at Abraham. Abraham is trying to like hold him off, but Sasha, she doesn't want to shoot because they don't want to alert no one in here. So I think Sasha like stabs him. Is like, Sasha is a beast too. Sasha like pushes him off of Abraham, and then she starts to stab him, and just before he like falls to the floor, this was the mistake. He like gets on the wall and hits the alarm. The alarm goes off. Now the stealth mission is over. This is a Metal Gear Solid mission, and you just failed. You were supposed to do stealth the entire way through. Now you are on 99% alert. So now the outpost knows that something is going on. So it becomes a straight up Call of Duty, who can get the highest kill streak like mission. Everyone is shooting, dude. Rick and his group is shooting. The rest of the people, the saviors are shooting. They're still trying to look for Negan. They don't really know which one is Negan. Shooting it is everywhere. Just the way they shot that scene, I love, man. I do. That scene was so freaking epic. There was so much action going on. The way they shot the scene, Daryl is freaking, Daryl is just doing his stuff. Rick is doing his stuff, like, just shooting. That scene was so freaking awesome, dude. So freaking lit. I was just like, my God, everyone is shooting. Rick is doing his thing. He's in a cover. Really trying to act this joke out. He's in cover. He gets back out, starts shooting. Daryl's doing his thing. Everyone is shooting. Eventually, they kill everyone in, this place. They kill all of the saviors, and everyone's dead. It's just like, they really, you get the sense that they really think that they accomplished what they were going to do. Like, we did it. Rick, said, we did it. So, but it's chaos, man. But eventually they kill everyone. And you know, dude, I can't even think right now. There was so much stuff that happened. I was literally watching like all that going on and just trying to like write down whatever I could get. So I might miss, some stuff, but that's pretty much what went down. And back outside, some of the saviors tried to escape. Gabriel sees one. Well, I think it was Maggie, and she shot like two down, but one was still alive. And then Gabriel, who has a gun, he's freaking looking at the guy, and like this guy is saying, "You're all dead," and you know that once Negan finds out and stuff like that, you guys have no shot and stuff. And Gabriel, who had a savage moment, this man is like saying a prayer, and I'm like, "What the freak is this guy doing?" Gabriel is saying a prayer, and as soon as he ended the prayer, he was like, "Amen." I'm just like, my God, so it was crazy. That entire sequence of all that stuff that was going on was crazy. I was trying to write down whatever I could get. So, then the daytime comes. I guess Rick and their group, they have finished, off the saviors. Negan, Michonne is asking Rick, so which one do you think was Negan? And then Rick was like, I don't know. But they think that, they really, finished off this group. So they see a guy try to like sneak off. He was like on a motorcycle. He was about to like sneak off, and like they see him, and I forgot who shot him, but they shot him off the bike. And then Daryl runs over to him, starts punching him in the face, and he's like saying like, "You guys are dead." You guys are dead, and stuff like that. They haven't killed Negan, just if you haven't figured that out yet. Negan has, his group is bigger than what they just did. Let's just say that, so it's far from being over, and the guy, that they shot off the cycle, his walkie goes off. And somewhere out there, Rick and his group is being watched. And they're saying, "Put down the guns now." And Rick is like, "What is this?" So they're being watched. They don't know where, but they're being watched. And they're saying, "Put down your guns now. We have a Carol and a Maggie." You can see when they say that, Rick is just like, because you messed up. You messed up. I'm not saying that Morgan was completely right, but y'all are in way, way over your heads. They thought they killed Negan. That was just like his, like, that was just like one of the places he had. Negan, dude, has an establishment. Like, I'm talking about like a Fallout 4 multiple shelters establishment, so apparently they have not killed Negan. None of those guys in there were Negan, and somewhere out there, people are watching their every move. They now have Carol and Maggie, and it pretty much ended right there. So the next dude, this is honestly the best season yet. The dude, from season 1, which had like 6. You can't really put season 1 as the best season. I mean, it was a good season, but it only had 6 episodes. It was short because they wasn't really sure what this show was going to turn into. Season 2, which some people say that season 2 was boring because the whole farm thing and Sophia, but Shane is what made that season so great. If it didn't have Shane, then yeah, that was a completely boring season. But Shane literally made that season. 3 was, I think 3 was actually the weakest season out of all the seasons. I thought season 3 was like the weakest. 4, it had its good moments, it had its low moments, but 4 was pretty good. 5 was like really, solid, but season 6, this season, literally every episode has been lit. Every single episode, and it just seems like things are about to get worse. You guys just killed Negan's men, a good portion, not even, but they killed some of Negan's men. I'm sure he now knows about that because they're being watched. And they now have Carol and Maggie, who knows when she's, about to, release this Asian baby, and Carol does not want Maggie. Like, Carol is really starting to fear for Maggie, saying that you should not be out here, you're pregnant and stuff like that. But you just get the sense that Rick and his group has made a huge mistake, and things are about to get really bad. Really bad, because right now, let's be honest, if you're Negan, Rick looks like the bad group right now. You have a group that you didn't even really know, about yet. Negan doesn't really know about Rick and, his group yet, but they knew about the Hilltop, but not Rick and his group. Right now, Rick and his group looks like the bad guy. You snuck in on, one of your bases, and you killed. And this guy has killed some of your men while they were sleeping. You look like the bad guy. Rick looks like the bad guy. So right now, whatever happens when this group gets with Negan is going to be completely justified in the sense because it's going to be like, you killed some of my men, now I'm gonna kill some of yours. Like, Rick right now looks like the bad guy. And you can see, like, towards the I don't know what Morgan is gonna do, man, but he's like inside some freaking thing. It looks like he's building something. I don't know what Morgan is doing, but he's crying. Like, you can see Morgan. He just knows something bad is about to happen. If you remember back in the Clear episode, to where Rick was trying to get Morgan to come back with him, and then and then I think Morgan was like, "Why, Rick?" Because he wanted to know why Rick wanted all of the bullets. And then Morgan was like, "Why, Rick? Because if you want all these bullets, it must mean that, someone is out there for you. And eventually, like, bullets are going to kill your loved ones." He said something to that extent. He was pretty much saying, it doesn't really matter what you do. Eventually, the people around you are going to die. And it kind of seems like that might be coming real soon. But crazy episode, dude. A lot of stuff went down. It is about to get I cannot wait for this next. I think there's like 3 more episodes left. Man, when Negan, oh my god, I can't even imagine it. But I thought this episode, I give this episode like this episode like a 9.5, dude. Probably a 10. This episode was really good, man. But yeah, it's about to get crazy. What did you guys think about this episode? Let me know down in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Catch you on the next one, alright? Peace.